We were interested in seeing if there was a disconnection between the people in Toronto and their urban environment. So we went to Toronto and asked them a few questions about their city. We asked them, do you like the city? Do you think Toronto is a green city? Is there enough green space in Toronto? And how do you commute through the city? What do you think of Toronto, like as a city in general? Do you like the city?
No, I'm really disappointed actually.
Yeah?
And I've lived here almost all my life. So.
Yeah? And why are you disappointed? Like,
it's basically non-functional at the form it is. The infrastructure is awful, especially public transportation. It's abysmal, it's not awful. It's an embarrassment as a major metropolitan. I don't think it should ever be referred to as a world-class city because it definitely does not have what it meet the criteria to meet it. You have a highway that cuts off your waterfront from the rest of the city. That is just unheard of, right?
Yeah. The city in general?
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it's a little overrated sometimes.
Yeah.
Torontonians think a little too much of themselves.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great city. I love certain areas of it.
Yeah.
I think there's other areas like such as this part of Toronto, which is kind of boring and kind of like culturally bland. But it's just me.
So what do you like about the city of Toronto?
I think the city of Toronto, being now one of the fourth largest in North America, has a lot to offer. I think the multiculturalism that's sort of grown over the last sort of few decades in Toronto has really brought a lot of things to life in regards to food and like entertainment. I think that all of those options have really grown in the city, and those opportunities have really been on the rise in regards to all the different types of food, all the different types of dance, music, everything.
So what do you think about Toronto in general as a city? Do you like it?
I think it's a fantastic city. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this city, sure. It's pretty great. I mean, I've been here almost 15 years.
Just as a city in general, I think it's a good city. It's got everything any other city would offer. It's got lots of shopping, lots of the artsy, little areas that are cute, quaint.
I was born here and I'm a big Toronto supporter.
Nice. What do you think about Toronto as a city in general?
It's good. Yeah, it's a nice, quite compacted.
I think Toronto is a green city.
Ooh, it's trying to be definitely, I say an element of being green is maybe introduction of bike lanes, the proper infrastructure for biking around, so that's definitely missing.
A green city? I haven't really thought of it that way as being a green city. Okay. I just think too many people cause too much stress on the environment, so basically no.
Okay. What do you think?
City is?
Yeah, I think being a green city is relative. I think we have a long ways to go, but I think I lived in China for the past 3 years, and so in many ways we're greener than the city I was in before, but yeah, it's all relative.
Would you say Toronto is like a green city?
I think that, compared to many cities, probably. I mean, I know in Asia a lot of them have a lot of pollution, but I wouldn't say that anywhere in the world is a green city.
I think that there's definitely like some green aspects, like how we have like a lot of like cycling and like environmental buses and stuff like that, like hybrid and stuff, but I definitely think that there could be some improvement.
Do you think that there's lots of green space in Toronto, like parks and stuff enough to like
green space? Yeah.
Go like.
I just go behind where I live. I go down in the ravines. I mean, it's marvelous. From that point of view, there's a lot of green space.
That's good. Yeah.
A lot of hiking trails, a lot of biking trails.
Okay, so do you like the parks? You think there's enough space in Toronto for you to meet those needs?
For me.
Yeah.
So I think that in general, Toronto has plenty of green space, but I think that the number of condos going up are changing the landscape up too much. There's one south of here, I don't know if you know about it, at Bay and Wellesley. There's a big, huge green space that's been empty for years, and now they want to put up another condo, but people are trying to say, like, make it a park instead. But
and that's good because you need that.
Queens Park is only a block away, so we're going to lose the fight.
People have a really negative view of the city, and that they feel that they have to leave the city in order to hike and do these types of things, where there's a whole ravine and river section that people can actually make use of, which isn't much different than if I was to drive 3 hours.
It could have enough green space, but they keep putting condos in green spaces. So, yeah, like I live out in the West End, so I'm like right by Trinity Bellwoods. So in my neighborhood, like there's lots of schoolyards and public parks, but as soon as you get closer to downtown, no. It's very concrete.
Yeah. Meets your needs in terms of outdoor space, like with the parks here. Do you think there could be more?
I think there could definitely be more parks.
I mean, there's a few like really big ones like for Thai Park, but like not downtown sort of thing. I feel like we could have some more green space for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think certain areas like you kind of find like, man, this is gonna be cliche, but like concrete jungles, right?
Yeah,
so you
no,
find
that's
like
it, that's
some,
it,
I guess, parks, but you have to. I mean, if you live around here, then not really, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless Queens Park, which is kind of just
like there's trees. I think it's greener than a lot of cities.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's greener than a lot of American cities, a lot of European cities. So there's like it looks good, and I'd say like I feel okay walking around here, but I wouldn't like feel like I'm in there, but I have to go like out of town.
You girls, like, how do you commute around the city? Do you walk or ride bikes?
Yeah, we walk more to PC.
Like I bike a lot too, but it's pretty hard to get around Toronto as a biker.
I usually take the subway, but I do a lot of biking, like other than commuting and stuff. Yeah.
Actually, I have a car, but I walk to work. It's about 40 minutes.
Okay.
And it's a wonderful walk.
I drive, though I do bike occasionally.
When you can?
Yeah.
I've always drive because I don't like the subway and it's too slow and I work long hours. So I drive because it's better for me. But my kids, my two daughters walk everywhere. So yeah, and transit everywhere, and they have forever.
In conclusion, we found the citizens of Toronto were connected to their city, and they cared about their urban environment.